All right, so just fucking with some shit here, right? All I'm doing was switched an IP camera that I have from one network to the other, and I only keep my phone on one network at a time. So I'm gonna delete this, forget about this network completely, right? So I don't have any network saved on my phone at all, right? And last time I did this, the one network said no internet connection. Now, why would that be? Why would my phone have anything be affecting my internet connection? It's not the device that controls the network. You know what I mean? It's just on the network. You understand? So it's just funny though to me. I just took a picture of it actually too. I snapped a picture of it. Here's my camera. Right? No, it's on that quick, huh? And there it is again. Now, why don't I have an internet connection? This is where they have to flip-flop. They have to switch it to, you know what I mean? Why is this screwing up my, because I'm looking at my fucking router right now. It looks to me like it has an internet connection. Sure looks like it to me. I'm looking at it right now. And I'm actually watching something on it right now. There's other things that are operating off of this internet connection that are working right now. You know, so what the fuck? It doesn't make any sense, you know? They're just fucking with shit, you know? Somebody has the ability to do this, and my service goes up and down and up and down and up and down whenever this happens. Just up and down and up and down and up and down, right? And why does my picture never come up on there? It's like I have to click on stuff for it to work, right? For it to work at all. Or take a picture of it. Or a recording of it. Plus, again, I've mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again right now. Why does my iPhone not have caller ID? I don't have caller ID anymore, or call waiting. I don't have that feature. It's just my iPhone doesn't have call waiting or caller ID. I can't change that setting. Now, I look at videos on, other people's iPhones. They have that setting in their phone. Mine doesn't, though. Why is that? Isn't that strange? Isn't that strange? There's all kinds of settings on my phone that's different than a normal iPhone, right? Isn't that weird? I think it's weird. How come I have to touch my screen twice to get it? It'll never work on the initial touch. Ever. I always have to touch it at least twice. Now, that's not because I'm not touching it right, okay? It's because that initial touch has to send a notification to the host device, right? Showing them where I touched the screen, and they have to approve it. They have to click the screen and make it work or not, or whatever. They have it set so that it never works on the initial touch. That way they get notified and they can see everything I do on my phone or whatever. I don't fucking know. But it doesn't ever work on the initial touch. It doesn't work like a normal iPhone. And whenever I reset the damn thing to factory settings, there's always, and I repeat, always, every time I've done it, on different Wi-Fis and everything else. I've done it on different networks. And it's always starts out with these entries in the panic log automatically. They're already in there automatically in the panic log. Well, how is it messing up already right off the bat? How does it mess up right off the bat when I don't even do anything to it? I don't connect it to a network. I don't connect it to a cellular network, nothing. But yet it still has these like 3 or 4 entry logs in the panic log right off the jump, right away. This is how I was testing my phones, and I determined that somebody's got to be getting to these phones before they get to me, right? And I realized, okay, I'm ordering them online on Amazon. So then I did a return on the one. This is how I did these experiments, right? And I pretended to send a phone back, right? I just sent an empty box to my mom's house, which never came to my mom's house, by the way. But I made sure people see me putting this empty box in the mailbox, right? And I believe they could see what I was doing in my apartment whenever I packaged the phone in the box with the packaging label and everything. So once it went into that mailbox, they knew they had to send a phone back. That the seller had to better receive a phone because I sent one back. They thought I sent one back. Well, 3 days later, I got an email saying that they got the tracking information and they would be issuing me a refund. That they issued my refund. And I waited a little while and I contacted the seller and I asked them, I reached out to them and I said, did you guys actually receive a physical phone back? You know, I understand you issued the refund, but did you receive the actual phone? And they said, yes, they absolutely received the phone. I have the communications, correspondence to this company, and the order information. So there's evidence that somebody hijacked my phone in transit, right? Swapped it, and the phone that I actually had was not the phone I ordered. You understand? And they sent them back the phone that I ordered. So they still had that somehow. However, whatever, I don't know. Don't ask me how, I don't know. But whenever I do a check to see if my device is enrolled in anyone's mobile device management plan, right? It comes back that it is. That it's enrolled in somebody's mobile device management plan. Do you know what that means? That means somebody controls my phone. They can control everything down to what I can see on it, what you know, where I can touch, and where they can block certain parts of it out. They can cover up certain settings in the settings. They can do all kinds of shit. Just like if your company, you know, gives out phones to your employees, and you have this mobile device management plan, where you can control all your employees' cell phones. You understand? Because you're allowed to if you're provided by the company. Now, these are personal phones owned by me, okay? So somebody doing this is absolutely got to be against the law. They're taking my property and they're stalking and harassing me based off of their information they're gaining from doing this. You know what I mean? It's illegal surveillance. 100%, absolutely, without a doubt. And I have evidence that supports what I'm claiming. Okay? So you can try to call it schizophrenia all you want. I got the fucking receipts to show it, though. I have the documents to show it. And it's funny, whenever I made a video talking about that, the first time I ever talked about that, when I said about the incident with the phone in Amazon and what happened, the next day, Nerve Gorilla attacked it right away and tried to claim, I'm a piece of shit who didn't send a package back and kept the refund, and that's not at all what happened. He tried to paint the pictures differently from what it actually was. So it's funny to me, Nerve Gorilla is attacking that instead of looking at it from an objective standpoint. And also, that was the day, it was my son's birthday, and Dill Hole tried to kill me the second time. The very next day. Isn't that funny? What a coincidence, huh? Right? What a coinky dink. The very next day, the Dill Hole tried to kill me on my son's birthday. Isn't that funny? I mean, how much more do you need? Right? To start saying, okay, something's up, we should look into this, right? We should probably look into this. And either confirm or debunk it, right? Because if it's true, if what I'm saying is true, and what I'm saying is not in, mental illness, it's not in my head, and what I'm saying is absolutely true, that's alarming. That's disturbing for the public, right? And this would absolutely be of the interest of the community and public safety, frankly. Because that means that the people in charge of your public safety and your, that you charge and give extra powers to and taxpayer dollars to protect your community are actually putting your community at risk. Putting your community in harm's way. They're jeopardizing the public safety that you expect and that you trust and that you paid for with your taxpayer dollars. And they're hiding it. They don't want you to know this. You should be very alarmed. You should be looking into this. Somebody should be looking into this. This isn't no longer just my concern. My story's over. I'm just telling you what happened, right? And you should want to know, you should want to get to the bottom of this. You should want to know if I'm making it up, if I'm lying, or if this is true. But nobody wants to touch it. Nobody wants to talk about any of that, right? Nobody wants to touch it at all, right? Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? You know, they'll just say that I'm a narcissist and I'm schizophrenic and I'm fake, right, Donovan? You know he's fake, right? He says. Yeah. What the fuck are you? I've realized that everybody, the one common denominator, there's one common denominator with all of these perps online and all of the physical gang stalkers, the people doing the gang stalking, and there's one common denominator. I'm going to reveal that common denominator in my next video. And it's all going to make sense, right? And it's really, really disturbing. But you can't deny it. It's fucking right there, right in your face, and it's true. And they can't deny it either once I reveal it because they know it's true. They won't be able to say a word about it. And have you ever wondered why I say all this shit about the cops, right? You can't go around just saying shit about cops. You can get in big trouble if you say something about cops that's not true, right? They can charge you. So why is it nobody cares that I say all this fucked up shit about these cops? They don't care? They're not going to fucking do anything about it? Why is that? You should want to ask that. You should want to know, right? Other people should be asking that question too. I shouldn't be the only one concerned about this. I mean, of all people, I'm concerned about it and nobody else is? What the fuck? There's your problem. That's what's wrong with the world today. The fact that nobody actually cares about the things until it happens to them, right? They don't want to actually look into stuff. They just want to be part of the group and make fun of people and call them mentally ill, right? And put people down to try to make themselves feel better. And it's alarming to me the amount of people that are involved in this, that actually absolutely know what they're doing. They might not have realized it first, but now that we're this far into it, they know what they did was wrong. But they're afraid, they're afraid to admit it, afraid they'll get in trouble because it was their job to be responsible for their actions and to look into stuff before they agreed to something. It's your job to know the law. It's your job to know you're responsible for your actions, whether you know the law or not. It doesn't matter. Judges don't care about that. The law is the law. You can't break the law because you didn't know it was against the law. That doesn't work like that. So these people they're not above the law. They don't get to use that excuse. No, because in doing so, they're being complicit. They're hypocrites. They get to pick and choose, who to enforce laws on. Like, what the fuck? That's so totally wrong. So I hope some people actually look into this. Some people with the power to do it. I mean, I could do it. I could push and hold some feet to the fire and everything. But I've tried that before. And you know what it did? It just pissed people off. Pissed more people off. The more I dug for the truth, where the truth can be found, they just came at me harder. And they attacked me even more. And they tried to kill me. And they ramped up the slander and the smear campaigns. I mean, to the extent that they'll get your family against you. Like, that's gotta be fucking alarming. You would think that it's a foreign country, a domestic terrorist. This is domestic terrorism, straight up. I don't know how you could define it any other way. It is absolutely domestic terrorism. And I swore an oath to protect and serve the Constitution, these United States of America, against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So, I don't know about you, but I plan on upholding that oath till the day I die. How about you? Did you take an oath? Are you fulfilling your oath? And if you can ask yourself that question and answer honestly, without looking down, without feeling ashamed, openly to everybody, you can say that honestly and openly and have a clear conscience, then okay, I stand corrected. But when you can't do that, you have to do something. You got to do what's right. You got to make things right. I can't do that. I can piss a bunch of people off and force them to take accountability. But apparently they'll just, it's like backing a rat in a corner. They attack. They're not just going to just take it and say, okay. No, they're going to use all of the resources they have at their disposal to preserve their life and to preserve their freedom and their innocence when they know they're guilty. So be good, but be good at it.